Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time once again for some more of the Outer Worlds 2 with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are back in it. We are almost where we were. Now, I did go back and I went back to change what I did with the Sovereign and his nursemaid. I did not kill him. I did not kill the nursemaid. I just left them alone. I figured, I always felt a little bit bad when it turned into a fight when I killed him. It was like, I don't really love that. So yeah, but we do have all of the secrets to Mental Refreshment, which is good. But I don't really love the fact that we have that for I really still don't feel like we should give that to Auntie's choice, just because them being able to brainwash somebody with drugs and subliminal messages and all that stuff sounds really, really bad. Then we've got a lot of stuff on, we keep getting more and more stuff on Cloister. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the game, shall we? Oh, shut up. Yes, I get it. All right, so we need to travel back to the Incognito. I mean, like I said, we've got everything they could ever possibly want.
So, the Sovereign was undergoing mental refreshment. I
Yeah.
do not believe for a moment that he truly was in need of it. And I fear he shall never be the same.
That is a good, yeah. Maybe not, I'm sure it'll be okay. Chin up.
I have no use for platitudes, Commander. I am aware of how dire the Sovereign state is, and that it cannot easily be reversed. The Consul shall be made to pay for his part in this. Then we shall figure out what best to do with the Sovereign.
All right. I find it interesting that, like, he has more stuff on him now. Like, you used to be able to see the folded cloth under his chest piece, but now you can't. All right, so let's head back to the insectoid-looking thing. Like, that is a really weird-looking doodad. How many do we have? Oh, we have 10 now. Okay. The Bolsker. Native species. Remote detonator. Berserker. Right. You know, the auto hacker. No. The Auto Hacker 5000 does, yeah. Let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, we'll keep these guys. We'll keep these two. This is a fun crew. One is like, oh yes, dearie, everything is fine. By the way, I will probably murder you if you. I will absolutely murder you if you step out of bounds. Give me half a reason to murder you, and I absolutely will. Matrox Mercy, crushed as forewarned. Fatality rate 75%, survival rate 25%. Reckless inhabitants of exclusion zone killed in predicted catastrophe.
Arriving. Any moment now.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through...
Okay, so see, yeah, we can't get up to telecommunications anymore. We can't get up to, all right. Required quest, the final lesson. All right. Let's do a quick save here, because I want to see what options we have.
I see you're back from the Protectorate's little mind manipulation spa. All their secrets in hand, yes?
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process.
Everything's taken care of. I didn't have any luck with the head refresher.
Really? Thought you had more drive, but suppose that's fine.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results.
They wore people down until they lacked any curiosity or drive.
Can't say I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's not
Seems
good.
like they'd be difficult to market to.
Truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable?
Let's see here. Internal documents show the lathe adversely affects patients more often than they let on.
But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground. And so much for us exploiting that piece of technology.
Yeah, such a shame, isn't it? The drug enhances suggestibility, but its effects are temporary, so regular dosing is key.
Oh, good to know, good to know.
That's all I found.
Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right, for your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
Oh, great.
So your preliminary chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization?
We shared similar disdain for the rules.
Ah, I see we have an ideological fellow traveler. Why, this is a nice surprise. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes?
Gertie expressed a desire to resume negotiations. I think you should, and I think you should. Yeah,
A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms.
Would it be possible for the two of you to meet face to face?
Oh, My security team would never allow it, but a call like this over a secure line should be an acceptable alternative. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same.
Great idea. Will do.
Have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and I'll set up a call on a secure line next door.
Fantastic. So, yeah. So at least we kind of negated the whole, hey, maybe, we staved off their enthusiasm to use it, which is good, because it's like, yeah, mental refreshment is not going to make you, it's not going to make for good customers. All right, so we're supposed to meet Ruth. Where is Ruth? Anyway, wait, is she there? Let me see here. So, yeah, okay. So, yeah, that is the one that's we're currently on. So we do need to go to Cloister to talk to Ruth. And trying to get her to agree to work with Auntie's Choice, which, look, I totally understand if she's like, nah, we good. But we also have Inez's mission here, as well as
Moment of your time, Commander.
what do you
Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
since we're here at all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again.
Wasn't this about research considered heretical by the Order?
That's where the error occurred, I believe. Others judged it such. I shut it down. Believe I was wrong to do so. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass on account of my decision.
I've never met an Order heretic before. Is she bad at math?
Hardly. Quite the opposite, in fact. She's one of the finest minds to ever grace the Order. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things. Get the Order back on its intended path.
All right.
Do appreciate it, Commander.
Look, I will say, I was actually wanting to... Damn it, I keep forgetting that E just moves you forward. I need to click on them. So yeah, an ice moon, I think. I think most of these are moons. I actually wanted... I did not want her... I wish we could, we're right here by the ship. Why can't I send one person in and say, hey, by the way, send out Aza? That would be simpler. So we want to take Aza, because Aza was first, and then Inez, and then Marisol. I really don't need to know what the internal organs of... Okay. Right. So meet with Ruth there. We have... Guys, we have so much stuff here. Right. Aeneas Bourjold. Alright, so we're
The
gonna...
central tower of the archive. Too marvelous a piece of engineering to be in the hands of heretics, you ask me.
Right, where are the... Okay, there's the steps. I was gonna say, I'm like, this can't just be, hey, just jump off the edge.
This ain't playing well with the cold. My whole damn arm's asleep.
Well, wake it up.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite be damned.
I'm sorry, corneal frostbite? That ain't good. Wait, where are we going? All right. Hi.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Thanks. How are you smoking with a full faceplate? That doesn't seem like it would be feasible.
Well, don't you look run of the median?
You guys sure do have a lot to say.
Have you received your personalized order prediction yet? I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first one I've received since deployment.
Honestly, the ones you get in the field are lifesavers. I would have been dead 3 times over without mine.
Oh, that does set my mind at ease. Now, let's see. Mine says, don't consume tea this morning.
You already consumed this morning's tea, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably going to get shot on the toilet.
Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of ursopods in the area.
Okay. What the hell are those? The local beasties? Ooh. Yep, I would say so.
Ready if you need a house call.
Applying.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Yeah, working on it.
We've dealt with all of them.
I'm alive. Who
What
needs
is
to
with
die?
the anomalous behavior?
Oh, okay. It's just a small little thing here. That's fine.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100. 1 being entirely pain-free, and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is far too much variability in that scale. The amount of pain I can imagine is hardly an objective measure of the maximum amount of pain I could actually feel.
Sorry to cut you off, but I'm encumbered with various concerns of the existential variety.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Yeah, thanks, I guess. Should it be should your tunnel be creaking like that? This is concerning to me. So where are you going, buddy? Hi, you guys aren't going to be like... No, okay.
Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
But I assure you, my distraction is going to be a lot more fun. What the hell are these? Like heating towers? What? I have so many questions. So few answers.
You. I don't know you. But
No.
you, I do. It's good to see you, Asa. It's me, Severin. You know, I've never been to Cloister before. It's cold.
What is wrong with you? Boy, damn it! Did they mentally refresh you?
No, let's just say I'm well lubricated. You tried the new Prestige gin? It helps when you have to do something you really don't want to do.
Oh, so it's a trap. This is a trap, isn't it?
Yes. There are a bunch of sentinels in hiding. When I give the word, they're to execute both of you.
Not before I mentally refresh your brain pan with my knife.
He's must like you. You don't to be dead.
Maybe I deserve to be. I didn't want to do this. I guess I shouldn't have questioned the kill order so loudly. It was real. It came from the exalted leader herself. She summoned me, knew of the message I'd sent, said I'd ruined everything. To save myself, save the Dawn, I had to do this. I'm a coward. I didn't want to die. I'm sorry, Asa.
If you're truly sorry, help us avoid the Sentinels.
Absolutely not. We don't need his help. We should just kill him and get on with the Sentinel killing. If we die, at least I'll be taking a great many of them with us.
It would go better if it would go better to get his help so we can live to confront your exalted leader.
Did you not hear me? I said he dies.
No. Sentinels! Target confirmed! Sentinels! The target is here!
Commander, you're bleeding.
Yeah, thanks.
Someone call for a medic. Happy to help.
Yes.
Discreetly.
Maybe you could, like, I don't know.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Where the hell are you?
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Regain sight! Hostile eliminated!
Asa? You really need to learn to use a gun, but
I can't believe the Exalted Leader sent Severin as bait. Not to mention betraying the Dawn to save her own life. What a coward. The unspeakable things I will do when I find her. Well, once I find her. The Exalted... No, I won't refer to her as such any longer. Dagmar continually moved around for safety. She always initiated contact with me. We do know that she was in league with the Sentinels, though. There's nothing of it but to get ourselves inside their headquarters on Praetor. We'll track her by accessing their comm system.
we're just gonna waltz in and access their system? How's that supposed to work?
Lots of killing, I'd assume.
Probably.
And we don't need to worry about their systems. My parents were vigilant. I stole their access codes when I was younger, but never had the nerve or call to use them.
Once we do, they'll become unusable, as they'll set off all sorts of alarms. I did mention all the killing, didn't I?
Wait, you said your parents were vigilant?
What of it? So were a lot of people. It is no longer of any matter, regardless. They are dead. And no, before you ask, I did not kill them.
Hey, I wasn't gonna ask. Would never have thought that. Get out of here. Alright, let's make sure we got everything off poor Sven here. Severin. Not quite enough boost to get up there. Alright, fine. We'll do this the hard way. Hey, 3 heavy rounds. Yeah, the assault rifle takes long rounds. Alright, and we have... Okay, yes. That one, I think that's the companion, the most extraordinary specimen. Yes, okay. That's the one we need to go to for, Inez. We need to get across that bridge. Which I'm sure is just going to be left unguarded, right? It's just going to be stroll on across, free as you like. Ooh, looks like it might be Auntie's choice. No, there is an Auntie's choice building up there, but... Ooh, some bourbon. I like that. I would take it.
Wouldn't be wise wandering across that bridge.
What makes you say that? Yeah, there do seem to be an awful lot of mantisaurs, huh?
Raring to go.
Either restore my life or avenge my death. Hello, Commander. Ready order. Ted, wake as shit right now.
Let's get you healed. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot of blue shit being thrown at us.
Help me end this fight on my feet.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Well, there's somebody like spitting stuff at us here. Want to take care of them first?
Back in business.
All right. Everybody alive? Good. Not the best plan, but it worked. And we are out of food. Yeah, so they just dropped in a bunch of mantisaurs and just, like, called it a day. Ooh, whoa, 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 okay. That is some funky poison. All right, so we need our gas mask. Right? Yes. Or what was it? There's like a... Alright, I remember what it was. There is a shield that will help us with this. Yeah, your own mantisaurs turned against you, didn't
So
they?
what's the story with you exactly? Do you stand for anything? Believe in anything beyond worshipping the rifts and stabbing things?
I do not worship the rifts, but you already know that, don't you? You are just trying to goad me. That's fine. I welcome your hostility. Enjoy it, in fact.
I'll speak plainly. Something's deeply wrong with you. If the commander wants you here, fine, I'll let it be. But I've got my eye on you.
If you really want to fight me, all you have to do is ask. I'll be happy to sharpen my blades on your bones. I even promise to try not to kill you.
Right. Grease it. Tap it. Okay. Alright, gunpowder. I'll take that. Bits. Always take that. The decryption key. That's always nice.
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is... emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more. But their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Hello, layperson.
Hi. That's a little... odd. Nutrient bar. All right. Restore our health little by little. Bits. Lucky Spratfoot. Usually there would be an indicator of what this monitors or needs to be set to. Instead, there's just a cryptic message. The stars were especially beautiful the night that the potassium glass for the main monitor screen was cast, especially those at the average distance of blank light years. Okay. All right, that's not too far. Is there like a way to turn this? No? Okay. Oh. We're just getting... Really, Azza? You didn't want to come crawling through the frickin' vents with us? Look, if you're going to be part of this team, you have to follow us, not meet us where we're going. So I'm guessing this was like the alternate entrance. Definitely looks like it. All right. Let's go talk to the doc. Not that anybody should be doing those the experimentations as far as grafting. Hello? Anybody here?
Welcome, distinguished consumer, to the front lines of Auntie's Choice. We hope you enjoy your time under our protection.
Thanks.
Sorry, time is bits, bits is time. Or are, that is.
Yeah.
Big spender.
You don't know if I'm going to be a big spender or not. Maybe I'm just here to loot and pillage.
I'm open to ideas. What would you expect that they've done with the archive?
Clearly they've added more automechs and turrets. I believe they have more soldiers.
Auntie's Choice welcomes you to Forward Operating Base 136, Future Consumer. You should take care in this hostile climb. Risks include inclement weather, hostile animals, risk of collateral damage, leaking uranium, artillery, shrapnel, frostbite, cave-ins, hypothermia, cultists, landmines, long falls, gangrene, damaged electrical equipment, and insect bites.
I haven't seen any insects here.
You never know. That's enough for rote greetings. You're not a feckless civilian, or you would have died halfway here, so I'll speak plainly. Cloisters aside, I want off-planet yesterday, with my extremities intact, and that necessitates aid. You do my work for me, I can pay.
What do you need done?
Some Protectorate jackanapes are holed up on some main routes near here, thereby separating us from the rest of our force. Remove them by any means. Preferably by killing them and scattering their remains to the winds, but so long as they're gone, I don't much care.
They'll be vacated. With prejudice.
The sooner you get rid of them, the sooner I can take credit. Clear the Protectorate out from under the bridges and you'll get your pay. Get to fighting or get to dying.
Right. I don't think that's quite how that saying goes. If I have a failing in this life, it is a poor sense of when taking a promotion is actually a step backwards for my career. The examples are myriad, but by far the shoddiest wisdom I've exhibited was marrying to gain this damnable military commission without investigating where I'd be assigned or who I'd be contracted under. The Protectorate our strategic administration mistook for their line collapsing has instead proven to be a masterful feint. It lured us into a three-front war that put insane cultists on one side, gun-toting mathematicians on the other, and the Protectorate ready to clean up the survivors. In desperation, I offered rebel bonuses to whichever unit could punch through the winter's grasp, but I fear that's all that's done is open me to a class action suit from the survivors. Even if I live to see daylight again, I will surely face demotion, which will lead to divorce. That will leave me destitute. Though, truth be told, that all might be the luckiest move to befall me in years. Wow, so somebody really just... Can I eat? Oink. Alright, there we go. Health restored. Don't mind me, I wasn't doing anything in your personal quarters. Hi, buddy. Oh, man. You just missed it. There was somebody rifling through everything in here. I think I scared him off, but might want to keep a better lookout on your, for your goodies.
The scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night. They give me the creeps.
I would rather have them scavenging than attacking us. So
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your mission and or merger.
I checked and rechecked my contract, and when I signed with Auntie's Choice as a salvager, I was assured adequate protection to conduct normal operations. Yes, they did include a rider absolving them from random and or unexpected aggression from hostile personnel, flora, or fauna. But they can't possibly argue that applies when they put us in the middle of a war zone, can they? Oh, honey. Nevertheless, that is what they assert about the myriad terrors we are facing on this thrice-damned planet. Thus, they argue, the corporation need offer us no protection, no defense, and no hazard pay. But I suppose that hardly matters at this point. There are horrors in every direction, rescue can't reach us, and all the bits in the universe couldn't buy us a way out of this frozen dungeon. Still, all else being equal, I'd rather be a rich, frosty corpse than a poor, frosty corpse. I suppose that kind of makes sense, I guess. Alright, let's come in here, see what can we make any heavy, no, long rounds. No, we cannot. We do not have enough black powder. Although, I have picked up a lot of junk. All right, that should get us some. All right. So, right, we're going off in this direction. What the hell is an ursapod anyway? Like, boom! Hey, half my health is gone. What was that? Did somebody feel something? I swear I felt this, like, little tickle on my neck. And I seem to be losing blood. Yeah, Lucky Sprat's foot didn't do much good, did it?
My aftermarket parts are prime.
Alright, let's charge it. Nope, never mind. False alarm. Alright, this is not where we're supposed to be going, though. This is something else that I'm sure we'll probably have to check out sooner or later, but... Alright, so there's scrappers around here. Operational flight logs. Flight log 2460. The flight to Dorado went smoothly, though I find a number of our nav keys within the system to be somewhat wanting. By the time the astrogator finished the deceleration course it had calculated, we had damn near parked beneath the waves of the moon's largest uranium ocean. An extra few minutes of burn from the main thrusters and the gathering my horde would have been gathering liquid ore from Dorado's molten core. I filed a formal complaint with the Astrogation Authority, but was told that since we had suffered no measurable economic malfeasance, they would only take action if someone in my direct organization had access to a politician capable of censuring the authority's dictatorship. Or in other words, I am not connected enough to keep them from telling me to get bent. Our charts and my contract stipulate that I carry whatever cargo Auntie's Choice books or at or above my negotiated rate, and that's fair enough. Let this log serve as a reminder, however, that my next contract I need to include a series of riders limiting the smell, both by noxiousness and by volume. Okay. Of the cargo that had that is loaded into my beloved horde, as well to charge through the costs of any cleanup to the deeply offending party. There is apparently no amount of antiseptic that will successfully purge the odor that accompanied Auntie's 8th Raptidon Wranglers. So even with them gone from this vessel almost a fortnight, their stench hangs as fresh as the day they came on board. Wow, those are some stinky beasts. Given the smoothness and rapidity of our initial endeavors in this system, the executive board filled us with promises that this campaign would be both quick and painless. They were, of course, certain to contain their exuberance short of any form of actionable guarantee, but the reception of their propaganda was clearly as desired. Now, as losses mount and the financial strain of missing shipments and murdered employees begin to strain all of our bottom lines, I am left wondering how best to secure my own future. Every bit I've ever made has been sunk into gathering my hoard, and if something were to happen to this ship, I have no notion of how I'd make ends meet. Our next run is to ship munitions to Cloister, but after that, I may see if it's within my contractual rights to refuse volatile cargo. If an incoming torpedo were to strike the hull during atmospheric entry, I can only imagine how many pieces they'd find scattered amongst the snow. A lot. I will say it's a lot. There are a lot of bits. Ship's diagnostics. Let's see here. External sensors detect multiple incoming objects. External sensors detect multiple impacts with a hull. Hull sensors indicate hull integrity at 14.5%. Emergency sensors detect pressure failure at 89.62% of bulkheads. Life support sensors detect rapid loss of internal pressure. Audio sensors detect excessive crew caterwauling. Personal sensors detect crew exiting without authorization. Personnel sensors detect crew occupancy at 0.00%. Wow, not even like, 0.001%? Like, nobody even left skin flakes? Like, that is a thorough kabooming. I do kind of wonder what they were carrying, though. It's like, what were you carrying that was so fucking volatile? Dead mantisaur. It's nice to see, but I would like to know what killed it.
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Right?
Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment.
What's up?
Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me.
Go on, then decrypt it.
Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person. Reckon we'll need to find the signal's source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on.
Okay, so there is definitely something going on there. Right, get your asses up. Now, could you tell us if we're getting closer, further away, anything? Iridescent frost fern. Don't know what it does, but it does something. Yay, I ate and I pooped.
What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see.
Convenient. And
I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us. This must be the lab.
I've heard horror stories about the gruesome scientific practices of Auntie's Choice. I hope we get to see some. No offense, Inez.
I just want answers. Let's go.
All right, let's take a look here. Standing orders. Don't ask questions. Keep all comings and goings quiet. Do not record the time or location of the supply drops. Report any unusual activity to the mall immediately. Should any emergency signal be received, head to the mall immediately, armed and ready to extract all Auntie's Choice personnel. For law's sake, please take care to practice your landings. If you can't land gracefully on a clear day, how do you expect to do so in whiteout conditions? Yeah, we probably I would be imagining that they don't anticipate landing in whiteout conditions. So apparently this facility is called the Mall. Somebody's been reading the Legends Star Wars extended universe. For some reason I was wanting to say external. It's like, no, that doesn't quite work.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
And he's cornered himself for us. How thoughtful.
Now, ladies, let's not get hasty. Bad news is how long it took for us to hack into the building. Fingers are still thawing as I type. The good news is that the Order were apparently dumb enough to leave all this equipment behind when they hauled out. Don't they know value when they see it? Their loss, our gain, I say. Figure most of the machinery can be repurposed for just about whatever we can dream of. I heard tell that a member of the Experimental Sciences Department was scouting for new facilities to commandeer. Was even offering a handsome finder's fee. Reckon I'll take inventory and send him word straight away. You might want to make sure that he's offering a good finder's fee before you like, hey, so here's all the shit I found. Barred and shut. All right. So
Ain't getting through that unscathed. Seriously, don't send me in there.
All right. This is. Oh, we need hack 7. Okay. From the Office of Proctor, subject evacuation orders. My diligent archivists and scienticians, the war is encroaching on our doorstep. By my calculation, we have approximately 3.14 days, an admittedly auspicious figure, to vacate and cordon off the premises before any of our research or personnel fall into the hands of the invaders. Complete all your calculations in a collected and timely fashion, and prepare all sensitive data for extraction. All machinery is to be kept on low powers so that when the Order inevitably emerges victorious, we may return and commence our research with immediacy. May the numbers guide you all. Dr. Balal. After thorough perusal of the machinery and equipment at your disposal, I'd have to say we've hit the proverbial jackpot. Those Order nuts sure knew how to build a place. Everything is functioning as expected, and there's enough zeranium here to power our lab operation for years to come. I'm a whit concerned about the pressure valves in the boiler room. Operating them appears to require a precision I'm not familiar with, and I've not yet had time to test them thoroughly. Were some kind of accident to occur, I'm not sure my usual method of hit it with a pipe until I hear a loud clunk will suffice. Issue with valves. Your insistence that we research the valve network and developed fail-safe measures for said network has become increasingly irritating. If something were to become disruptive with the zeranium, and I repeat, this will not ever happen, I am certain you will win the battle against a couple of knobs and wheels. My concern, Mechanist Tate, is that this obsession is nothing more than a way to distract from your duties, which I remind you is to lure the ursopods from outside into the cages we provide. If you cannot handle that task, I know the executive who has assigned you here will be quite interested to know about it. Right, so, yeah. Buddy, you were right to be worried about them valves.
Arcanist Tate speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair, only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the void and cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse. And what was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the catcher in the gun safe. This is when I need it. Maybe
Was it really necessary to include the chewing? Whoops. Nope. Okay, so we have Zeranium down there.
Terrible way to end the workday.
A confined space near a gas leak. Seems safe.
Is that anything we can pick up? No. Ooh. All right. But it seems to be free of Zeranium. That's positive.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. This cleared for life.
Killing animals to advance science is sometimes just an excuse to slaughter things.
I, may know a thing or two about it.
Yeah, don't say. You know a thing or two about just, wanting an excuse to slaughter shit? Never would have guessed.
What's... Ollamh? Ortiz? No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
It's a dead body. Glad I could clear that up for you.
I will help you make sense of this. Just give me time to look around and loot all the things. See here. Ecological laboratory findings. Nursing the Ursopods, a scientician report. What began as a humorous extracurricular study of Ursopods has become something of a passion. Countless hours of observation over countless bottles of Pinnacle tea has concluded in the realization that the Ursopods are hardy and hearty creatures. They are not lone predators. Rather, they have been found to be living in groups of families in a layperson's terms, though whether they are related or otherwise biologically involved we have yet to establish. They even play together in the snow. Can you imagine? As we got to know the Ursopods from afar, we began to fear that the Archive's ongoing work would prove detrimental to Cloister's climate, as we were stationed here to ascertain. We are pleased to note that despite the minor erosion and melting of ice caps directly around the archive, the temperature of the planet has not noticeably increased. This is welcome news to all of us here at the laboratory, not only in regard to the ecological stability of the planet, but for the continued health and happiness of our ursapod friends. The tip of the verdant iceberg. It has come to my attention that my colleagues have hypothesized that I am one bead short of a functioning abacus, all for exploring the possibility of cultivating plant life on Cloister. But I am pleased to report that I have disproved such hypotheses. After much trial and error and repeated orders of new seedings from Eden, I've successfully nurtured a specimen of ginseng to maturity. This particular specimen seeds have exhibited an extraordinary amount of adaptive properties, leading me to believe that the planet could survive even without my careful tending. I will transplant several seedings in the coming weeks for observation and try not to get ahead of myself daydreaming of a green cloister. Grafting files protocol in the event of malfunction. And the following missive applies to all lab personnel. Please see Dr. Rasmus with any questions or concerns. In the event of malfunction, the subject in question should be immediately contained and kept under close observation. Any further developments should be noted in full. As for the subject that expires, it should be moved to the cargo hold and kept on ice within its containment chamber, in case any biological matter should need retrieving at a future date. Contaminated with surplus subjects. Until further notice, the following subjects are to be kept in containment under close observation. Raptidon 3, Mantisaur 1, Sprat 38, Ursapod 5, Cystipig 1. Management regrets that there are no containment units large enough to host the most rambunctious of the subjects elsewhere, so for now they are to be kept on the main laboratory floor. All lab personnel are reminded to keep their distance and not maintain eye contact for too long. List of recipients. M. Luang. No sign of failure detected. Release granted after 3 days. W. Curtis. Catastrophic failure. Platelet transfusion attempted. Release not recommended until further analysis is complete. A. Ortiz. Signs of slow failure. Subject refused observation. Release granted after 8 days. Prototypical grafting subjects. Raptidon. Catastrophic failure. Autopsy and full report has been requested. Cystipig. Success. Subject exhibits great capability in speed, intelligence, and resilience. Recommend transferring to subject unit for further observation. Ursapod Cub. Pending. Subject has undergone preparation for surgery. Strongly recommend keeping its mother within our strongest containment unit. Right, so I think we can figure out who got what. Luang got the Cystipig, Curtis got the Raptidon, and Ortiz got the Ursapod.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. Thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but no. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
He, Ortiz, and another soldier had the same procedure. I've read it on a terminal.
They did this to another person? Law. It's a miracle Ortiz even made it out for what time he had left. Boy, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
It's worse than we've seen. There were many reports left on that terminal back there.
Saying what exactly?
The one is Cub, apparently in surgery now.
You're not telling stories, are you? They're going to butcher a cub. For no reason at all. This ain't science. It's depravity. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming.
Are you okay, Inez?
My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
Yeah, okay. Give me just a moment here. We need to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So yeah, she is not liking...
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face. Oh, look left. That ursapod's mighty riled.
I don't relish the idea of slaughtering animals. They don't know enough to be terrified when they see me coming.
All right.
Back in business.
That wasn't intentional.
Of course it wasn't. Couldn't intentionally hit you. All right, so we need his... Stay here. Certain flora might be engineered to survive in controlled environment like Laplace's garden or this sunless lab. Why can we not also engineer them to survive on this the frozen wilds? I've seen success in modifying the properties of hardy plants like Arctic ginseng after all. Perhaps taking one step further is not entirely out of the question. I'll begin with a small sample of seedlings as proof of concept. If it appears to be a viable avenue for study, why, the possibilities could be exponential. They could be, yeah.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. Void. That must be his mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too...
Operating the centrifuge is not difficult. In fact, it is quite intuitive. But due to repeated requests for guidance, here's your instruction manual. If you wish to concoct something like a stimulant, for example, simply gather the ingredients from the operational room. But doctor, you ask, why are the ingredients stored in another room instead of up here? Well, you have Trooper Wallingford's idiocy to thank for that. Using 20 cylinders of Arctic ginseng extract to make tea put a significant dent in our stockpile of stimulants. And return to the centrifuge. Insert the ingredients and work the lever. Watch in amazement as the machine blends it. Once done, take the refilled cylinder and insert it into the medical dispenser by the window. The subject will swiftly fall asleep or spring back into action. Mind yourself if said Springer is within claw's reach of any fellow lab workers.
Not too late for this cub. We should help.
All right, so we need... Arctic ginseng, huh? After thorough testing, we've determined that this cub is at the peak of health for its age. No mean feat for a member of its species. Such resilience lends itself well to the procedure it's about to undergo. The essential question is, if we inhibit certain behaviors and psychological responses and physiological responses, would the bond between mother and cub be thereby severed? And if so, might this procedure be used at large to disrupt ursapod herd mentality and thereby make it easier to capture them or defeat them in a skirmish? This is why with this experiment's completion, we may finally find our answer, if the rest of the report is abruptly cut off. I don't have the... Right, we need his... Alright. We can't do anything for the cub right now.
Treating animals like this isn't research. It's monstrous. If we use that maintenance hatch, we could sneak up on anyone still alive here. I love to see the look of surprise before the kill.
All right.
Getting past those ursopods won't be easy. They turn mean real fast.
Right. Thank you for that. or where I'm supposed to be going. Looks like over here. Hey, buddy. Report on the archive's ecological impact. Okay, so after careful analysis of more than 1,804 Arctic sprass, 507 ursopods, and 68 ice formations, it has been concluded that the archive continues to have a barely perceptible effect on Cloister's ecology. I commend the foresight of the archive's architects for containing all of its processing heat so well within its walls. However, though this slight perceptible effect may be over the decades, we may require more, and it's cut off. Evacuation orders. This message is intended specifically for any personnel who handle fauna. In addition to removing any sensitive information on our research here, I must ask that you release all ursopods in our observation suites back into the wild. Archivist Leslie has seen to it that all ursopod subjects be given proper medicaments to invigorate them and hasten their reacclimation. Perhaps their presence outside will have the added benefit of detracting any would-be squatters from overtaking our laboratory. I'd say the chances are high indeed. May the numbers guide you. I don't think we have much of a choice other than to... Fortunately, I do believe we are going to have to... Well, he's down at least. That's one out of the way. You wanna let us in, buddy? All right, let's see if we can't hit him in his vitals. Afraid he was gonna do that. You stay completely focused on your baby. Find us. We're not doing anything. Jumping over. There we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take down Mama Bear before...
Yeah.
Release me at once, please. I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal.
I thought there wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show.
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are. What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
Nice try. We found your records that prove he underwent surgery here.
Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions.
Who's this sponsor?
He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better.
Oh, God, dude, shut up. Got any proof of that?
If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress?
Enough about you. Show me one good thing you've done for other people.
It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Would be incredibly beneficial, especially to the folks harmed by this war.
Don't listen to this windbag, Commander. He's selling fairy tales.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want.
Be a way to prove yourself.
I'm not sure I should. If I accept such a bribe, what does that make me? Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
Oh, man. Look, his research could help so many others. The good might just outweigh the bad.
I think you have the right of it. You felt that rage with me, Commander, back there in the lab with the soldier. Even now, we can see what could have been. I trust you more than anyone, I think. The fact you're of the same mind only bolsters my inclination. Now, I ain't condoning what happened here. I won't disrespect Ortiz or the other victims as such. But if we continue this research, know that it cannot, must not be like this. We can trust Doc Tinsley to set things right. One can only know goodness if they're led by example. But if this doctor doesn't take direction, we'd only be repeating the cycle. We would be complicit.
Look, salvaging the program is the pragmatic choice. But it may not work. It may not work out the way you're hoping.
Fine then. I'll accept whatever consequences may come. It's your lucky day. You'll live. Pack up your things and head straight to Fairfield to Doc Tinsley. You want to continue your work, you'll follow her lead.
Thank you, soldier. Thank you. I won't forget this, I swear. I'll unlock the cases for you now, as promised. Take the grafts you like and let me know how they work out, won't you?
Make no mistake, I ain't doing this for my own gain. If you say you can help other folk, you best deliver on that promise. Let's get out of here before I change my mind.
All right, and we've got a couple more points. All right. Let's go ahead and go with Treasure Hunter. Personal notes, new lab. So begins my first account of my new laboratory. I must admit, I had my doubts during our outrageously frigid expedition through the caves, but now that the work is finally beginning, my heart is singing. With no restrictions to stifle me, I believe we'll make swift progress with the graphs, beyond what even the executives could dream. Our only limit is our own abilities. Normally, I might scoff at using secondhand equipment, but I must admit, those Order fellows do appear to know their science. They don't appear to know how to keep doors reinforced, however. That cave-in at the cargo door is letting in quite a horrid draft. Mayhaps the next soldiers who arrive with supplies can be put to work fixing it. Imbecile Wallingford. First, the idiot wastes countless samples of Arctic ginseng in our storeroom, and now he's made off with our one-of-a-kind prototype coverall set. The utter buffoon! Archivist Leslie has urged me to send word to corporate, or to put out a warrant for his capture by other forces in the region, but no, I shan't. Not only will I not let that wandering fool bring unwanted eyes towards our operation here, but it's only a matter of time before the elements claim him, and I might send a mechanist or two to retrieve the prototype off his body. Full form, Trooper Wellington. You died as you lived. Outgoing messages. To all lab staffers, reminder of secrecy. I have been instructed to stress the importance of keeping the lab's location and purpose secret. What we do here may only be discussed between those of us who are present in the lab at any time. Know your buddies planetside or your off-world lovers are not exempt from this rule. Anyone found to be exchanging confidential information will be swiftly reprimanded and demoted. As a reminder, when you are on duty here, your only outside contact will be with the troopers who make weekly drops in the mall. And no, they are not exempt from the previous rule either. Subject urgent. Sir, an unwelcome development has occurred. It seems the beasts in containment are more clever than we realized. As we're being distracted with the leak, the creatures have seized the advantage and broken free of their cages. Oh, how they rampage. Oh, how they roar. I have sent an emergency SOS signal out over the frequency we use only for our supply drops. With any luck, they will hear our plea and swoop in for the rescue. If they do not, I fear nobody in the lab will be left alive in the wake of these ravenous beasts. I might suggest putting a cover story together in case it's suddenly cut off. Sir, not to cause undue alarm, but I write to inform you that we're experiencing a bit of a uranium leak here in the laboratory, but my best mechanist is investigating a fix as I write this. I expect operations to be back up and running at full capacity by this time tomorrow. Just know that if you for some reason see a dip in productivity during this time, this would be the only reason why. I am just as upset as you are, sir. I had to put one of my most exciting experiments to date on hold just as surgery was about to begin. I still, I trust the result will be well worth the wait for both of us. Biomass? All right, where? Oh, wow, you guys have a lot of biomass, don't you? All right, where is the... All right, Mantiqueen grafting or Earthspot grafting?
I need some time to think, Commander. We'll speak later, yeah?
It's a shame we couldn't get the cub. But yeah, we don't have the medical know-how to open up to create the stimulant that would be needed to save his body, to save him, which is, again, like I said, it's a shame. I really kind of feel bad about that, but c'est la vie. All right, we will travel back to the incognito. And I think that's where we're going to call it a night. See here, full cylinder. Niles' companion ability now fires 6 shots instead of 3, doubling the amount of damage she'll deal. Additionally, enemies killed by Niles as part of this ability explode, dealing damage to others in the area. Or dumb aggression. He now goads rather than taunts. You know what? No, we're just going to do that one. Valerie can do Vitality Catalyst. While Valerie's in the party, your all overhealing you receive is converted into temporary health that degrades slowly, including healing from Valerie, your medical inhaler, and any other sources of healing. Preservation Catalyst. While Valerie's in the party, you and your companion will gain automatic healing, regenerating up to 50%. Yeah. Nez already has hers. Kristen can do Demoralizing Entry or Steel Wall. Let's get him some... Fury of Blades, 400% melee damage, will occasionally perform a Fury of Blades with a knife, stunning the target for duration of the attack, and dealing incredible damage, or Mine... No, let's stay away from mines, thank you. So now we should be able to come over here. Say party upgrades. What if we go with Inez?
Think we should make for Fairfield for the grafting lab. These 2 parts I got, I'm keen to investigate. Maybe one could be a match for me. Any advantage could help us at this point. And maybe I can bend the doc's ear for a moment or two. If anyone can help me make sense of what happened with Rasmussen, it's her. I need answers. So how about it?
Of course, we'll head right there.
Thank you, Commander. I apologize for having us run about like this, but I just ain't been feeling right since the lab. Like there's an itch just beneath the skin. I'm just hoping something will put me right again.
Everyone must do their part to protect us. Is that the royal us? Like the royal we?
Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you.
You know, I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a skate on each other.
Weird, ain't it? Y'all saw that comm station blast off, but I just happen to know that it exploded up there.
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me, if you reckon my arm can handle a stitch or two.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an ursopod? My, I haven't seen one of those in many years. Oh, and a mantis swarm hive. The hunting must be good wherever you ran off to.
Yeah, you could say that. Since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really. Then I'll choose the same. Just refrain from many slug jokes.
Ursopod is a wonderful choice. Hold still, dear. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. By the by, where did you find these parts? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know.
Go ahead, tell her about the lab.
There's a
Inez.
grafting lab way out on Cloister that was still operational. Till recently. I found it, Doc. And... Law. I ain't seen any horrors like that.
Still operating? Inez, do you feel all right? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
I know what I saw. They were brutalizing folk and creatures. Paying them no mind, giving them no honor, even if they succumb to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke briefly, and I allowed him to live. On the condition that he redeems himself and uses his research for good.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all that.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Now, how about a name and where we can find him?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. if you mean to do something, I beg you.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his research for this purpose. If there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to invest in that good. And you're my first choice to lead the new program.
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over to me. But...
Come on, Ethel, this is the opportunity you've been looking for.
it would bring purpose back into my work.
Yeah.
All of Fairfield knows as well as I that I've been craving it for some time. And if it helps folk like Inez, I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, what you are doing is noble, and I wish you the greatest of successes.
Thank you, Doc. Now, you get those grafting tools ready, because I ain't intending to fail.
All right, so now we have a lead. And we'll go ahead and finish off in incognito. Now, I do wonder, do we get another trophy for our wall with the new graph?
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment?
Sure,
We got
what's
the
up?
intel we need, Commander. The Undisputed Claim's our destination. If we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folks' betterment, well then, all this hurt we've seen will have counted for something. Been doing some thinking about what happened in the lab. I went there to kill that man for what he did to Ortiz, and instead, let him walk away with his research. Didn't realize till I saw the lab what a fool I was. All for thinking that company folk gave a damn about each other. Even so, I still reckon we got a real shot of making things better. Auntie's Choice can't be trusted on their own with this research, that's clear. But if someone like me were to guide them, maybe they can be shaped into what I thought they were. If they
Maybe
could
you should be the
actually
new
help
Auntie.
folk like they claimed they would when they liberated Tau Ceti, it'd make life better for anyone. Elsewise, there'll only be more victims in their wake.
If anyone can lead by example, it's you.
Ain't just saying that, are you? Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action, that I'd remedy the betrayal both of us faced. If he were here now, he'd understand, I think. Are you with me?
Of course. I'm with you, Inez. Ortiz wanted us to help people, and that's what we're doing.
Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Let's just see what Willard's got to say, all right?
Sounds good. All right, and with that, we'll make a new save. All right, and... Wait. Oh, there we go. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. Don't forget, down in the top link in the description below, we have a link to our fourth wall page where we have merch like our Chaos Inside Professor Chaos inspired shirt. We have some mugs, hats, whole 9 yards. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, Twitter account, and all that stuff, including the permanent invite for our Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, in about 2 hours, we'll be back with more Slime Rancher 2. And then I don't think we're going to have an evening stream tomorrow, but we probably will have something at midnight. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!